For someone that doesn't like talking, you sure are talking a lot right now.
I I mean, I wouldn't I don't like to I like talking in these kind of settings, I guess. Like
Yeah,
like a small setting, like where
yeah. They're gonna grow though.
I know that's good. I want them to grow.
So, but you're saying you're gonna be talking less if they
I
grow.
don't talk a lot because there'll be more people. Then I can listen.
Oh, okay. So you want them to grow, so you ain't gotta talk a lot. So then, never mind. I don't want it to grow. No, I'm fine, but I'm gonna sabotage myself just so you can talk. People are gonna be trying to join. I'm gonna be like, no,
No, join, please join. So
no, don't join, guys. We need care to talk. Do not join.
Carol will talk some, but we want
So
people.
you are hilarious. But this is more of this is let's just talk. Boy Trey with Kara, let's just talk everything. And this group again just caters to the level of miscellaneous topics. It could pretty much be anything. And
Mhm.
so for me, I was thinking actually while you had me waiting, thinking on what topic I wanted to kind of venture into, just based off of like current relevancy or um, just things in general, like just any topic in general. But I guess something I'm very curious about, or if there's a topic that you maybe had in mind before I kind of let something. Is there anything you kind of had in mind? Anything that caught your eye this week or this, recently that you're just like, man, I kind of want to just get another person's perspective. Um, is there anything that you kind of, you know, would like to talk about?
Honestly, I didn't really think about a topic for this one, so
Okay, all right. Well, no, I got one right here for you.
go with what you thought of, but I'll keep in mind for next time.
Yeah, if you got anything, if something that something that catches your eye throughout the week or something, or the month or year.
Well, you know, we
But
always talk about cats, but like that isn't.
yo, that's actually no. Let's actually for a second talk about the doggone cat that you had with thumbs, bro. That doggone cat had a thumb, man. Yo, yo. Hey guys, Kara had a cat that could pick up a cup. Like
His name is Buddy. He's my sister's cat. He's amazing. He's so cute.
what the heck was that? Can you send me that picture again? Like I'm gonna put that on in the content.
I'll show. Okay, look at him. I don't know if you can see him.
Yes, I can see him. Them doggone thumbs. This man got thumbs.
He's a chunky boy too.
Garfield.
His name is Buddy. Look at it.
That's, that's Garfield. I'm
That's
trying to tell you.
Buddy.
That's Garfield. Yo.
Look, I put my hand in his. He was not having it, actually. I barely got this picture.
I cannot.
He did not want me to hold his hand.
Yeah, it probably hurts. He has like a thumb.
Um,
He
he,
has a thumb. That thumb is very sensitive. You gotta be careful. There's a certain way you gotta hold that thumb.
I think he's sensitive to, like, we talk about it all the time. I think he's sensitive to it. Like when I talk about, so like Jack has one little white spot on his back foot. When we
Yeah.
talk about it, he like hides that foot.
Are you serious? Wait, can cats speak English?
Oh, my cats know English.
Really?
Yeah, they know their names and stuff. They know like what I'm saying, I think. I think I think cats are super smart.
You know what? You know what? You just brought up a topic. Can't no, you just brought up a topic. No, this is what this group is for.
I talk about cats.
Can animals speak English or do they just somehow do you feel like they just know the inclination of words and it's like, oh, they're saying no, no, as in like they pick up on that sound and it's just a level of like,
Saying
oh, say it again?
Jack doesn't like it that you're saying no right now. He like looked up, he's like, what is he saying no to?
Yo.
Sleeping here. There's no reason for this. negativity.
Yo, the negativity. Yo, I know you didn't just go there. That's messed up.
No, but you should see his face.
Actually, that's actually pretty interesting. Like, really?
Well, he went back to sleep now, but when you were saying it,
He's
he
looking at.
like looked up like, what is this man saying no to? Like, why?
Yeah. Dang, Jack. I'm trying to. So do they speak English? Like, what are you saying? You really think cats
Obviously,
like understand, but they sound like
obviously,
a.
I'm biased because of the fact that I've had cats my whole life, and I just think that they're really smart. Especially my cat, they're very smart. They know what's happening, and also like so when I lived in Hawaii, that's when I had them. We had
Yeah.
where I got them from. So my cats are actually Hawaiian. They're native Hawaiians. Um, but I am not a native Hawaiian, so I don't know Hawaiian. So I don't actually speak
Yeah.
their language. Um
Hmm.
but they so like we I when I would go to work, well, for the first six
Hmm.
months of Jack's life, um, I was home because I wasn't working yet. I was looking for a job. I was actively looking
Hmm.
for a job. But so like for the first 6 months of his life, it was just me and him chilling at home.
Yeah.
Um,
Hmm.
I did stuff like I would clean and like cook and for jobs, apply for jobs.
Yeah.
Finally got like I got my interview. I went to my interview. I got it done. Um, when I finally got the job and I started working, um, Jack figured out my schedule. Like when I would get home, like he'd be sitting waiting at the door for me.
Are you
Um,
serious?
yeah, he'd be sitting there waiting at the door for me, and then as soon as I opened the door, he'd yell at me. He'd be like,
Wait.
like, like basically like, where have you been all day?
What?
Like, like,
Controlling. What?
and I mean, at the time I was married, so like my ex would be home, but like he would still be like waiting at the door for me.
Yo.
Um, yeah, and he still has an attitude sometimes when I leave and come back from wherever I go. And that's one of the reasons why we got him Kate, who's my other cat. So we got her after I started my job. Um, like we started looking for a cat friend for him. And we got her when she was like 3 months old. Got her in November. And Jack loved her from the beginning because he wanted, and then she asserted her dominance right away
Yes.
by like hissing at him and and being like, I don't know about you. Um, and but then overnight they became fast friends. She's definitely in charge though. She's in charge even though she's younger. Um, she knows it. She's over here. Hey, are you gonna come? Come here. Good girl. Okay. She's the boss lady.
Wait, she's coming in?
Yeah, she's
Yo.
this is Kate.
And you just kind of offended all the other animal owners, even me myself, since I have a bunny. But you essentially just said that cats are smarter.
I didn't say
You
cats.
just you literally just said that. You said this.
I said that cats are really smart. I never said they were smarter than any other animals. I just have knowledge of cats.
Nah, you literally just said that.
I did not.
I can literally rewind it.
You were whining. You won't say. I didn't say cats were the smartest animals. I never said that.
Uh,
I never
it.
said,
You said they're smarter, or at least they're smarter than dogs. It was one or the other.
did not. I did not. I never said they were smarter than any animal. I just said cats are really smart
You about
because
to go.
they are.
You about to go viral. Right? Like,
This will cause issues, but
yeah,
when
bro.
when y'all report, when you all see it, you will see that I'm correct. That I
Yeah.
never said they were smarter than any other animal.
That's what I heard.
Never say that. Because all animals have their own level of intelligence.
That's what I was thinking.
They're really smart. There are
Wait,
some cats that are not like as smart. Some cats like are really dopey. They don't know what to do. Some dogs are dopey. I don't know anything about bunnies. I think they're adorable,
yeah,
but I've never had one, so so I can't speak to their,
adorable,
but I'm pretty sure that they are very smart as well.
smart, and adorable.
I'm sure they are.
Like when I tell you the level of like, it's there's layers to a bunny. I'll be honest.
Yeah.
There's layers, absolutely. There's layers, like, but you're not going to escape the fact that you just said cats are smart. I'm not. I'm not letting you escape that. You know.
You're gonna see when you play it back, you will see that I never said they were smarter than any other animal.
Are you sure?
Huh?
All right. When I tag you in that snippet,
And if you take it out of context,
uh, uh,
you.
what do you think I'm gonna edit it to where it's?
Yes. Yeah, I do.
Yeah, I'll probably do that. Yeah, but I'll probably do it just for the fun of it. You're probably right. You said something like that. I'm not lying. You literally said something like dogs or cat. You said dogs are dumb or something.
I did not.
I'm playing. Let me. I'm playing.
I would never say such a thing, and I'm not even going to say the words so that you can just smash them up.
I was waiting for it. I was waiting for. I was literally.
Can't have my voice with that.
Dang it.
I'm gonna
No,
try
you're right. You're right. I was about to do it.
your words. You said it. That's what you said.
All right, well, I'll heighten the volume of my voice so it sounds like yours.
So rude.
But you would say animals can't speak English. They just kind of they're just smart, and so they can pick up on it.
I don't know if it's like, I mean, I wouldn't necessarily say English, but I would say like whatever language you speak in your home to them, they understand. Like, have you ever seen the animals with the talking buttons?
Wait, talking buttons?
The buttons. Like you can like there's dogs, cats that have buttons that you put like words to. Like that'll say like food, please, like mom, dad. Like you put their word, like you put words that they press the buttons for the things that they want. They're smart, they know.
Really?
Like it's not just cats, it's like dogs to it. Like they have like the pet buttons. That's all over my For You page because I like to watch animal things.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, one of the very first ones was Bunny the dog. And Bunny is super smart. They like form full sentences. Like they have like this whole like row of like entire panel of buttons that the dog Bunny pushes and like
Yeah.
complete sentences and they make sense.
Yeah.
Like it's like words like sometimes it doesn't make like 100% sense to like it's not something that we would necessarily say like in a sentence, but like when you piece together what it is that they're saying,
Yeah.
oh, you're talking about like one time Bunny pushed the buttons like stranger noise outside because they heard something outside.
Really?
And so they alerted their owner to it. So it's like animals are smart and know how to like when they can communicate. They do communicate to you, but you have to be again, you have to listen to what they're saying.
Yeah. True.
You have to be paying attention. Now, I've thought about getting my cats the buttons, but then I also know which button my cats would use a lot.
A lot.
Jack would be like treat.
Oh my goodness.
press that button. Oh, now I said that word. Now I'm gonna have to give him more.
Yeah. Oh, he here.
Yeah, his ears went back at that word.
Really?
Yeah.
You're lying.
I'm not. Guarantee it.
I want to see it. Like you said, treat.
I said tree. Look at his face.
Yo. Oh, this is definitely gonna be a snippet. Yo.
And now he's staring at me.
Nice staring at you. I know. I see.
I know. Now I have to go get him. This is all fault.
No, you're giving in. You're giving it. Don't give in. Put your foot down.
But I said the word. It's my fault. I avoid that word for a reason.
That's hilarious. The way he's looking up. That's hilarious. All right. Then transitioning from animals, or you could say from animals to animals. I've always had this conversation, or I've had this topic before in this group. Let's just talk everything. What's your perspective on aliens?
Aliens.
Yes. Do you think they exist? I've heard some people like Giselle and other people who have talked about it on my podcast to an extent have said that it's a level of angels, or they think it's angels, they think it's this and that. Do you subscribe to that? Do you think could there not be other creatures like animals, like cats and stuff that are just freaking from other planets?
You think that Jack is an alien?
I think I'm trying to tell you, if an alien was to disguise itself, it would be a jack. Not even a cat, it would be a jack.
Possibly. I mean, I could see that. Jack, Jack, are you an alien?
Uh-oh.
He's looking at me.
Uh-oh. You figured it out. You figured it out. Look at them eyes.
Look at his face. Jack, are you? You're not gonna do it again? No.
Look at that hand, how it's just protruded out like that. Yo. I could not.
I don't know. Like, my mind goes back and forth on it. Like, I'm like, I feel like it's arrogant of me to think that I'm the only type of intelligent species, which is why I also think like animals are intelligent. Like they have their level of intelligence. I don't know. The universe is vast, wide, there's lots of things. Could there be life on other planets? Sure, maybe. I'm not gonna say there couldn't be.
Yeah.
I definitely know that angels and demons exist. So, like, any kind of like weird things that have happened, could that be explained by that? Sure. I can see that too. I don't know. Like, I know this probably isn't like the best answer. This is like me like being kind of wishy-washy, I suppose. But it's like to me, it's just like I don't like that. Sometimes for me, it's like I'm just like, I don't know what I don't know, so I'm not gonna like go with that.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
No, that definitely makes sense. But, so then are you saying that you don't think it ties into a level of like angelic beings?
Like it could totally be angels. And
Really?
could be.
You
Like,
said or demons.
yeah.
Yeah, that's what Giselle said, that it's like demons. Not angels, I'm sorry, demons. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like if it's destructive, it's definitely demons. Like that would be like what they would do. But if it's like not, because the angels have visited the earth, and given news and messages, like, so.
Yeah. Yeah.
And not every time that people have talked about aliens has it been in a negative connotation. Like sometimes it's been positive. So perhaps those were angels. Perhaps. I don't know. Or perhaps there really is life elsewhere and we're not the only ones. I don't know.
No, I feel that. I feel that. What okay, then what about like more like mythological creatures like vampires and werewolves? Things that we kind of hear are out woods or Bigfoot, things like that. Do you think those type of things also could exist or do exist?
Vampires and werewolves.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't think those would probably be demons.
Mm.
Yeah, like if anything
Ooh.
written out about them, like like the myths that come about from it, I think that would have been an encounter with like a demon.
Mm.
I think that they like exist as a species itself. I don't think
Yeah.
I think
Mm.
that's just like that's like, you know, fiction, but it could have been like some experience that someone saw something or there yeah, a level of that, but I think that that would probably be like demonic.
Yeah.
Um, not saying that the stories that people have written are, but just like that could be where the origins came from.
Yeah.
Perhaps.
Like they're oh, that's actually a really good. So you're saying like the origins of vampires and werewolves could be a more demonic.
Well, it could have been. It could have been an encounter that somebody had, like, like, and they found it.
Ooh.
I mean, like, because stories a lot of times happen from people, like, the stories that would get passed down, right?
Yeah.
Things that come about are typically based in reality in some sense. Like, like
Mm-hmm.
of things that aren't true.
Yeah.
Um, but there's always something that it's based off of.
Have you ever had encounters or levels of like encounters of something that was just like maybe you heard something? Because you do a lot of woodsy walking trails, you know what I'm saying? That's not me. But from knowing you, you seem to do that pretty often. Walking trails, you know, and freaking bats coming out from freaking the forest across the street from your old house. And it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Those were just bats. Those were those.
yeah, but the vampires, hey, bats are vampires now. Come on now.
Well, there are vampire bats. Yes.
Yeah. Oh, they are?
Yes.
So they're not even fruit bats. These are like blood bats.
Well, the ones that are in my neighborhood are not vampire bats, but vampire bats exist. Like,
But the ones in your neighborhoods are what type of bat? I thought all bats drink blood.
no,
What?
no, most bats are fruit bats. Most bats eat fruit or
Eat
mosquito.
fruit. Mm.
Don't try to eat you.
So in vampire bats, they actually drink blood.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, that's creepy. That's creepy.
I'd have to check my facts on that. It's not like I studied up on them or anything. So
All right, now don't be lying. You're over here lying.
I'm not trying.
Those bats are fruit bats.
I said no. What bats are fruit bats, but
Oh,
they are.
you just said you have to check your facts.
So I said about the vampire bats. We have to check our facts on that
All right.
because bats are fruit bats. The bats eat fruit and mosquitoes.
All bats?
I don't know about all bats. I don't know every single bat species. I don't read about bats, Trey. You
Are you lying on this podcast?
you really just want to edit everything.
Absolutely. We're going viral. We are going viral.
We'll have people in the comments will fix this up.
I hope so.
They'll make it right.
They're gonna get a feast out of you.
They're gonna what?
They're gonna get a feast out of you.
Feast.
Yes. I love this though. I love this. Like this is actually really interesting in many ways. Like and again, that's why I had this particular group because it's like there's so many things that we could talk about.
The
So
a lot.
so
Everything. You can go from like one subject to another. Bigfoot. I don't know. Bigfoot.
I was just about to, yeah.
But I don't know. I don't know about Bigfoot. He could exist. Or
You
she.
think so?
Maybe. Who knows? Who knows what a Bigfoot is?
Yeah.
Like, you know, is it an animal?
Yeah. Is it some overly grown monkey? Like, you know, and there's been stories like
Yeah.
actually this. If we got a little time, I would love to like share this YouTuber with you for a quick second, so you can kind of like on some of your nights. Yeah, I'm gonna send you some videos by him. I think I told you about him, Mr. Ballin.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. And you remember one time I think you asked me like, what was I listening to or something like that, and I told you like I fall asleep to his stories. Like it's crazy. This man has
If they're really creepy, I might not fall asleep to them.
no, please. You have to at least listen to him. You're easily scared.
I am.
You dig.
You can call me a baby. Is that what you said? Listen to this man.
Yeah. Oh, you coming at me? You coming for me? You coming for me?
Don't
Don't do that.
hurt him.
Don't do that.
Let him be.
Don't do that. You're doing it. Okay. You coming for me. I love it. I love it. All right, so Bigfoot maybe.
Maybe. The Loch Ness Monster, I feel like, is also a possibility.
Wait, what is the lot? What
Loch
is
Ness Monster,
is that the one that's in like the swamp?
one that's in Scotland.
Mm.
That
Kind
one.
of like a Bigfoot.
No, not a big, but this is like a dinosaur in the water.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Hold on, how do you spell it? Look this up.
LochNess. The Loch Ness Monster.
Yo, I've actually heard about this before. Yeah, I thought this was an actual dinosaur.
I believe that she is. I believe she's a she as well.
Really? Why is she? And why does it sound like you only believe there's one?
I don't know.
Like she is, and she is out there. Did she not have any brothers?
She might, I don't know, but I think she's a she because she's like elusive, right? She doesn't always come out. She doesn't like to be seen. She doesn't like to be taken pictures of.
Mm, wow. Actually, now this is an interesting one because when we talk about the sea, that's a whole different ball game.
There's so much in this,
So much.
and there's so much we don't know.
Yeah.
Like the depths.
Yeah.
There's so many interesting creatures in the sea.
Hmm. Oh, you're right. I can't even argue with that.
So like it's so beautiful. It's magical down there.
Yeah, let me touch a little more towards home. We're out of time here. How about when it comes to spirits? Like, some people say that they see or they hear or the poltergeist activity and things like that. Do you feel like demons or ghosts or I guess I would call them demons or spirits, evil spirits? You think that they can play on people like that, where it's like slamming on the doors, throwing?
Oh, definitely.
Really, really?
Yeah.
Why are you saying that? Like you didn't experience some stuff?
I haven't experienced it, but like I mean I've seen I've seen stuff. I honestly like I believe in the spirit world.
Mm.
And like but it's not like this is again what I believe it's very much demons preying on people,
Hmm.
their weaknesses or their desire for
Mm.
um either closure with a person or and then and when they figure out your name and stuff, it's like in the Bible there's possession that happens.
Mm. You believe in possession?
Absolutely.
Me too. But yeah. That's creepy. You've never seen any of this? Like have you ever witnessed anything like that?
I mean, I like when I was younger, I went on a bunch of mission trips.
Mm.
And so I saw a lot of people get healed and stuff. Like I wasn't really, they didn't let me, because I was so young, they didn't necessarily let me around those that they thought were perhaps possessed, but I guess they got healed. So I don't know.
Hmm.
But um, but no, I definitely believe that spirits exist. And I think that yeah, I mean, I've had like I guess creepy experiences before, like where it's like a feeling. It's more of a feeling, I think,
Mm.
than it is like, And then for me, because of my faith, I just call on the name of Jesus, and then like usually your peace will follow.
Hmm. Wow. Yeah, that's
I don't like for me. It's like I don't think I need to be afraid of it.
yeah.
Like I'm like I don't feel like I have to be afraid of it, but I think it's important to be aware of it, and then
Yeah.
and like where there's deception in it, because a lot of times it is like they want attention, they want your focus away from what's true,
Yeah.
and they feed on your fear.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I feel that. So you also, I would assume then that you also believe that things like a Ouija board and playing with those things are also real.
That's dangerous. Yeah, that's dangerous. That's absolutely dangerous. And like those things can be very real. Like what you invite into your home, like that's you inviting spirits into your home.
Mm.
And when I say spirits, I mean demons.
Yeah. Yeah. Hmm.
Because that's what that is what that is. And again, it's a deception in they they figure out a name from you,
Yeah.
or know enough because they're listening. Just they know enough about you that
Yeah.
they can fool you into thinking that it's such and such a person that died.
Yeah.
Now, like I do believe that there is, like we have hope, and we know that especially those of our family members that have already passed on, who believed in in Jesus, believed in God, and
Mm.
that they are in heaven and they are a part of a great cloud of witnesses. They are actually around us too,
Mm.
but they're not gonna come. They're not necessarily trying to like. It's not that they're not trying to talk to you, but it's like you're meant to commune with God, right?
Mm.
God and pray with God. But like they're praying for you and rooting you on, because it says that in the Bible. Like it says that um the cloud of witnesses is praying for you. So like I do believe that
Yeah.
like my grandparents, all of them were Christians. And
Mm.
so I do believe that
Really? You come from a line of Christians? Really? How many generations does it span?
I mean for sure, like my grandparents, I believe their parents before them.
Wow.
And again, it's hard to know like exactly, but like I mean the faith was very strong in my family and has been passed down for a long time. And
Really? Like Christianity? Wow. It's pretty dope.
yeah, so it's like I know that when I feel peace and stuff, I know like God is, like it says God is with you always. God is with me. The Holy Spirit lives inside of me. Um Jesus is always with me as well. Like it's like all of that. And then
Mm.
and then we have angels, like he has placed angels to guard us. That is also said in the Bible. Like there's been times when I felt like I was like I should have gotten hit
Mm.
like on the road, like and that there it could have been my fault, or it
Yeah.
was that person's fault, but it was like I should have, like that should have
Mm-hmm.
and it wasn't. And so I'm
Yeah.
like, that had to have been an angel or something. Like to me, like that had to have been an angel that stopped that, or like that, like kind of pushed it in a way.
You think angels still roam around here as like looking like humans,
Does that look like humans?
like disguised?
Maybe. But
Mm.
I think it's more like for me, it's more like they're just doing their job as like guardians.
Mm.
Like because that's what God placed them as our guardians. Like
Yeah.
they're just doing that. So
Mm.
like when I pray over my house, when I pray for protection, like I believe that there's an angel standing at my door,
Mm-hmm.
like keeping people out. Like I don't know, maybe that sounds crazy to some people, but I just believe I believe that. Or like that's with with me. Like that
Mm-hmm.
like um yeah, that's what I think.
Wow. No, I'm so glad we landed on this. Like I was, again, this is why I love this because we're jumping, but I never heard your perspective of this. Like, but I'm glad that's what I'm hearing now.
Got this topic in conversation before. So
Wait, say it again.
I said I guess we never did get to this topic.
We never got to it. No, like that's what these groups are for is to like literally immerse us in on like deeper depth of conversation that people really wouldn't imagine as we get more people imagine where this will go. Like,
There definitely be a lot of I can already see comments. There's gonna be lots of comments, or maybe there won't be, but I can. There will be people that disagree, and that's
hmm
totally fine. You can disagree with me.
yeah.
uh, but yeah,
But you stand on what it is that what you're saying, like, you know, and it's good that you have, I think it's good that you have a perspective on it. I love it. Like, I think, okay, let me ask you this question. When people die, what do you think happens? Do you think they go straight to heaven or hell? Because obviously, I know you believe in heaven or hell. So when a person dies, what do you think it is that they're feeling? Like, what do you think? Where do you think I guess, what do you think happens before? Is it an instantaneous heaven or hell? Do you feel like there's a level of,
I think that there is yeah, I think. I mean it's a tough question. I guess my perspective on it at this moment is that um that when you die, yeah, your spirit goes either to heaven or hell, depending on what you chose in life.
mm,
Um, I guess something that am reminded of is like um, my grandma when she was
mm,
in the hospital.
mm,
Um, it seemed like she was close to death at that moment, and I was grateful that I actually got to see her because
mm,
every time like she was my last grandparent to pass away.
mm,
Um, every time before that, like my mom's mom, my my grandma on my mom's side, she
yeah,
died. She died when I was in first grade.
mm,
Don't her that well. I mean, I did, but I didn't. Um, and so it was her dad, my grandpa on my mom's side, that died first. And that was in 2015. And I was in Hawaii at the time. And when I knew that he was close to death, I got on a plane to try to see him before he died.
yeah,
And I had a layover in Washington State.
hmm
And it was at that layover that I got the call from my mom that he had passed
yeah,
on the flight. the first one.
Mm-hmm.
So I was coming home to a funeral. And then the same thing happened in 2018 with my dad's dad, my
Mm.
dad's side, where again, I was still in Hawaii.
Yeah.
Um, and he found out he was probably going to pass. So I, again, got on a flight. This time I had a layover in Atlanta. And
Yeah.
when I got to Atlanta, I took a picture of like, there was like a beautiful sunrise. And I took a picture of that. And then I got the call from my mom, my dad,
Wow.
my mom, that my grandpa had passed again while I was on the flight.
Yeah.
And I was like, dang. So at that moment, I felt cursed.
Man. Like you were always on a flight.
I was always on a flight when they passed.
Wow.
And so like when my grandma was in that situation was when I was I was in the army at that time. I was in Texas
Yeah.
still training and also like in the midst of like different things. I was able to get emergency leave, thankfully, to go see her. And I was like, I was praying, but she was in Des Moines, which does not have a major airport at all. So there was no way that I wasn't gonna have a layover to get to that airport. But I was like, oh Lord, please, I don't want to layover and I don't want to have the the news that like I'm like, God, please don't let me be cursed. um, and so yeah, so I had a layover in Minneapolis.
Yeah.
It was fine. We're good. We made it. I made it to Des Moines. I got to see her. I got to be her advocate in the hospital.
Nice.
What like she needed at the time. But while I was there, like she was just in a lot of pain and there was a lot of things going on. And at one moment when I'm sitting with her, she had this like vision
Yeah.
of like she was like she saw my grandpa at a door
Yeah.
and she was like, why aren't you opening the door? Why won't you let me in? Is what she was saying.
Mm.
She was like, Walter let me in. That was his name. And he said, it's not your time yet. So I can't open the door. And so she did get better after that. Like she had a surgery on her, like she needed a surgery on her arm. She got better after that. And it was that year in June that she did end up passing away. But this was April, and so she still had a few more months of life. And there was like moments that had to happen with either her children or whatever.
Yeah.
It's like, so to me, it's like, you know, like she did see my grandpa, I think, in heaven. Like, this is like my interpretation of it, anyways, is like she saw him in heaven at the door, but he wasn't letting her in at that moment. Like, she would have, honestly, she probably would have taken his hand and like gone if he had, and I would have seen it happen.
Yeah.
But like, but he said, it's not your time. So then that's when they made the decision to, for after that, I was like, they made the decision for her to have surgery and to have a few more months.
Wow.
And so I don't know. So like to me, like that's where I'm like, I just believe that like there's like that my grandpa was in heaven at the
Mm.
at the door.
Mm.
Like she saw a car door because I was like, you know, her vision of it, like just I think sometimes God uses things that we recognize to show us like heavenly things.
Yeah.
Can't understand it like with our earthly eyes necessarily, like it would be too much for us, but I do believe that you go like once you're dead, it's like you're instantly either in heaven or hell.
Yeah.
That's my belief.
Yeah. Oh, I feel it. I feel it. Wow. Yeah. No, I had to ask that. I know I'm getting deep. We getting deep. We're You know I love going deep.
Yeah,
I love going deep. That's my specialty. So sorry. And you're the only one here right now whose brain I can pick, so you gotta just deal with it.
oh,
That was deep though. Like wow, like
no, but it was also just like, I don't know, for me, it was nice. I don't think I needed, honestly, when I look back at the things, like, I don't think I was cursed. For real.
yeah, 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 yeah.
I mean, that's how it felt at the time.
Hmm.
Like I was going, but I don't think like I needed that time. Like my grandma was like she's so strong and she was like
Hmm.
a role model for me. Like I wanted to be like her. Like when I'm a grandma, like I want to be like her because she just had so much strength
Yeah,
and like she kept the home, like she knows how to sew, bake, like she kept everybody's birthdays. Like she had 24 grandkids and never missed a birthday. Like sending a card and stuff. Like so it's like I just admired her like so much that I think God allowed me to have that time with her towards the end. And not that I didn't necessarily need the time with my grandpas, but somebody else needed it more.
hmm,
So, because like my uncle got to have those last moments with my grandpa,
yeah,
or like, and he needed that. Like, he needed that. I'm not sure who ended up being with my dad's dad, my other grandpa,
yeah,
but like, I feel like whoever it was, they're the ones that needed those last moments. Like, it might have even been my grandma. I don't know. But whoever it was, they're the ones that needed the last moments, not me.
yeah. Wow. And this and the the standing at the door and grabbing the hand, that was a vision that you were saying that you felt you had.
I didn't see it. No, but grandma was describing it so
You're
well. Like
describing it.
she was
Okay.
like it was so interesting. Like she didn't even know that I was in the room, I don't think. But she was just saying what she was seeing.
At that moment.
Yeah.
Oh my
Like
goodness.
and like
Oh.
like she was kind of sitting up in the bed. Like I was like, "Grandma, like, like are you okay?" She's like, "At
Mm,
the door." I said, "Who's at the door?" She's like, "Walter." Walter is he's and she's like, why won't you open the door, Walter? Why won't you open the door of the car? Why won't you open the door? He's saying it's not my time. Open the door.
wow.
So it's just very interesting.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Were you scared when you were like were you initially like
I mean, I was a little bit, I was just because I had been there just like, I'd been there trying to help advocate for her
yeah,
at the time. Like it was times too
yeah,
where they were short staffed. There was a lot of things happening. The hospital did good, but also it was like I also had a little bit of medical experience having gone through some of the schooling I did, so I knew how and what to say things and how to like kind of help out. So um and I was one that kind of helped in like recommending to my aunts and uncles who were like trying to make the decision on if they should even have surgery for her arm because she had fallen on it and it was
yeah,
her shoulder was dislocated and she was just in a lot of
yeah,
there was
mm,
a lot of things happening. So it was like, I was able to help them figure out what she needed, what she wanted, and she also like figured it out too. But I also just advocated for her on like, she didn't like this kind of like pudding or whatever that you guys are giving her. Like, who would?
yeah,
Kind of was. It was like gross though. I was like, nobody likes this kind of pudding. Why are you giving it to her?
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Don't take her
yeah.
pills like that. This is why she's not taking her pills. You're trying to give it to her weird.
So you're trying to give it to a woman.
Because she could
Freaking
actually do a lot more than they were letting her do in some cases.
yeah,
And like, I do, you do respect the like nurses and the doctors and what they say, but I also had to look at like, her level of ability too.
yeah, absolutely,
And when
absolutely.
they wouldn't listen to her, then I tried to get them to listen to me.
Yeah, yeah. You always need an advocate. You really do. I love that. It's freaking dope, man. I got so many other questions and like topics that we can venture from. I know I want to give us that buffer time though.
Time is up.
You see how fast?
I talked way too much.
No, this is dope. No, it's because of the questions. I'm good at asking questions. I can pry. I can pry. I told you, like that's my specialty. And thank you for being willing to respond and be transparent in uh my questions. But I'm gonna give you a little buffer time before we start the next one because again, we're back to back. We're back to back. Like Sundays are back to back. Like,
Back to
can
back.
can you handle this? That's the question.
I
Just
I think so.
all right. You loving it?
Yeah, I'm having fun.
Let's go. Okay. I sure am. I'm not gonna lie. I'm loving it. I'm freaking loving it. Okay. All right. So let's transition over onto the next one. I'll see you soon. Bye.